Well, hello, my valued listeners, and welcome to a brand new month of living in your power. I'm your host, Dr. Marlene Greenleaf, and I am always so grateful that you are here and as we step into February together. And before we go any further, I want to pause and acknowledge that as we step into February, we are also entering Black History Month. 100 years of Black History Month. This is a time to honor, reflect, and remember the legacy, resilience, and contributions of Black leaders, visionaries, and everyday people who have shaped history through courage, faith, and perseverance. Black history is not just about the past. It is a living story. It is a story of leadership under pressure, of compassion in the face of injustice, of courage rooted in community, faith, and hope. And as we begin this month with a themed focus on leading with heart, compassion, courage, and connection, I cannot help but see how deeply aligned this is with the legacy of so many Black leaders who led not just with strength, but with soul. Their leadership reminds us that heart-centered leadership is not new. It is ancestral. It is sacred, and it continues to call us forward. So as we move through February together, I want to invite you to hold space for reflection, for gratitude, and for the ways history still speaks wisdom into how we lead today. So now, let's continue this journey of growth and self-leadership as we move into a new monthly theme, leading with heart, compassion, courage, and connection. Now, after resetting in January, releasing, restoring, and returning to what matters, February invites us to look outward and inward at the same time. It asks us to consider how we lead, why we lead, and who we are becoming along the way. And today's episode, the first in our February series, is entitled Leading with Heart in a Demanding World. Now, we know that we are living in a time where leadership is being questioned, reshaped, and redefined. Many people are tired of being managed instead of understood, pushed instead of supported, measured instead of valued. And in the middle of all this change, there's a quiet invitation emerging. Lead with heart. Leading with heart doesn't mean lowering our standards. It doesn't mean avoiding accountability. It means remembering that people are not machines. They are human beings with stories, struggles, and strengths. Colossians 3:12 reminds us, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Now, those are not soft traits. They are leadership traits. Now, in my own leadership journey, I have learned that compassion often shows up when we slow down enough to see people, not just their performance. There have been moments when listening mattered more than fixing, and when presence mattered more than productivity, and when choosing understanding created trust that no strategy ever could. We do know that Jesus led with compassion. He saw people before he corrected them. And he met needs before he made demands. So compassion doesn't weaken our leadership. It strengthens connection. Now, leading with heart, I believe, requires intention and boundaries. So here are 3 ways to practice this. First, listen before you lead. Sometimes the most powerful leadership move is simply listening without interrupting or rushing to respond. Second, acknowledge the whole person. People bring more than skills to the table. They bring lived experience. So we have to honor that. And third, balance compassion with clarity. You can be kind and clear at the same time. Compassion doesn't cancel accountability. It enhances it. Let's reflect on Proverbs 4:23. It says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Leading with heart doesn't mean leaving your heart unprotected, dear listeners. It means stewarding it wisely. So here's your empowerment prompt for this week. Where am I being invited to lead with greater compassion? How can I extend grace without abandoning my boundaries? And what would heart-centered leadership look like in my current role? I want you to think on these. I want you to journal, and I'll repeat them again for you. Your empowerment prompt for this week: where am I being invited to lead with greater compassion? How can I extend grace without abandoning my boundaries? And what would heart-centered leadership look like in my current role? So, my friends, in closing, I want you to know that the world doesn't need louder leaders. It needs truer ones. Leading with heart is a choice, but it is a courageous one. And when guided by faith, it becomes a powerful force for change. So I want to thank you for joining me for this first episode in our February series, Leading with Heart, Compassion, Courage, and Connection. Next week, we'll continue with a conversation on compassion is not weakness, it's wisdom. So until next time, dear listeners, I want you to continue to live boldly in your power today. And if it gets tough, just breathe. You still have the strength to rise. So until next time, live in your power.